Welcome to day 2 of the Playfronts. I'm Gabrielle Heyman. I'm head of global brand partnerships for Zynga, and I'm also a co-chair of the games committee for the IAB. So on behalf of both of us, I welcome you here today. We are in the midst of a massive revolution in how we consume entertainment content. The shift to interactive entertainment, more commonly known as gaming, started with my generation, Gen X, and the very first game consoles. We had kids and we bred gamer kids. So it's no wonder that every generation, every younger generation, has seen gaming as the preferred form of entertainment. Insider Intelligence recently reported that 75% of 18 to 25-year-olds are playing games. Meanwhile, only 58% are watching TV, and that number is falling. This shift means that advertisers need to adapt their media strategies to follow their consumers. Gaming captures attention and engagement in a fragmented media landscape, has a large and diverse audience, and offers everything from video to display, integrations, and 360 activations. Today, we will show you how to engage your consumer via mobile gaming. Now, only 10% of gamers are exclusively committed to PC or console, and that means 90% are playing mobile games. We believe mobile gaming is the most powerful platform to reach for advertisers to reach audiences and engage them. Now, mobile gaming is unique for many reasons. Most mobile games are free to play, providing a low barrier to entry for mass audiences. And many mobile games are ad-supported. But unlike console and PC, which is moored to your living room, mobile phones are ubiquitous and portable. So people are playing daily, all day, everywhere. Plane, train, automobile, as passengers, of course, in line and in their home. While most people used to refer to mobile as the second screen, it has emerged as the first screen. Evening is prime time for gaming and TV, and the majority of people are playing games while TV's on in the background. Billions of people around the world are playing mobile games, which offers advertisers multiple opportunities to engage audiences throughout their daily life. Today, we will showcase our offerings, targeting, and measurement, and a client case study. So without further ado, I welcome to the stage Chanel Marks, our head of sales marketing.
Playfronts. It's so good to be here today. I am so excited to see all of you and some familiar faces. My name is Chanel Marks, and I am the head of sales marketing at Zynga on the global brand partnerships team. What that means is not only do I get to work with amazing clients and potential partners, but I work directly with our game studios as well to identify, roll out, and bring new opportunities to the market. As you probably noticed from our sizzle wheel, Zynga is home to many popular franchises, all of which collectively have been downloaded more than 4 billion times across mobile devices. Games including Farmville, Golf Rival, Hair Challenge, High Heels, and Words with Friends, just to name a few. Our portfolio of hundreds of games is broken out into 6 categories. Today, I'm going to walk you through a few of these categories and ways that brands can activate. First up are hyper-casual gamers. These are both male and female gamers who consider themselves to be influential. They're young and diverse and heavy entertainment consumers. One of my favorite ways to engage with the hyper-casual audience is through fully immersive game integrations. Games like Fill the Fridge and Hair Challenge offer a rich canvas for storytelling, perfect for engaging directly with this audience. Our sports and racing gamers. These are diverse males of all ages, and they span across all generations. They're financially stable, they live a very active lifestyle, and they're very trendy. Brands can get front and center with these trendy tech enthusiasts through rich integration opportunities and sponsorships. Sponsorships of live events in titles like CSR and Golf Rival keep our players continually coming back for more. And next up, brain and puzzle gamers. This group of affluent females are beauty and fashion conscious, and they're household CEOs. Zynga makes reaching the fashionable, socially adventurous mom easy with opportunities like a word of the day roadblock. With the roadblock and word of the day, when you combine a first impression takeover in addition to a high impact word of the day takeover, these gamers will be sure to catch your message, especially when they take time to unwind at the end of the day with a glass of wine while catching up on their favorite reality TV. As you can see, what people are playing tell us a lot about them. So I would love to talk more with you guys today about ways to activate at Zynga. We'll be at the Player Hub, so be sure to come and find us. And next up, I'd like to bring up Marianne Thomas, who leads research and measurement at Zynga. Have a great day, too.
Hi, everyone. I'm Marianne Thomas, and I'm a gamer and the resident data geek. And I'm normalizing wearing sneakers with a dress while supporting the New York economy, because I bought it on Fifth Avenue walking back to the hotel. It's getting harder to serve relevant ads to consumers and measure outcomes. So today I'm going to show you guys how Zynga is delivering results in a new privacy-compliant world, and show you how to future-proof your media spend, particularly when it comes to targeting and measurement on mobile games. So when we think about targeting and the purchase funnel, we think about it with the IAB taxonomies. So demo, interest-based, and purchase intent, right? And whether it's first, second, third, or contextual targeting, you're going to have to use them all to maximize reach. So to do this, publishers really need to know who their consumers are. For example, earlier you heard Chanel talk about the hyper-casual gamer. They're trendy, diverse, Gen Z and Gen Y. We know they're heavy entertainment consumers. And I could prove it using various data points from traditional media planning tools like ComScore, and I can verify it with custom research studies with some of our research partners. So if you want to target that 18 to 34-year-old, I could deliver this audience to you right now. Not tomorrow, but right now. Via mobile identifiers. You can use third-party data. Yes, third-party still works, and it'll work for another year and a half, at least, right? And we still have a lot of opt-ins. Plus, with your first-party data, we can match that audience. And then also you can reach them with first-party data that we have and a combination of contextual, seller-defined targeting. So it really depends on your KPIs, which brings me to measurement. Measurement today, measurement is changing in today's changing climate, right? It's really hard for brands, and they need to adapt, and you need to start experimenting with new measurement frameworks that work for your needs. So the top of the funnel is all about cross-media reach, especially if you're buying video. And that's going to be harder to do in 2024. So what do you do in the meantime? You lean on what works. Viewability works cross-platform and lives in the creative. Fraud measurement lives in the app bundle ID. Both of these are 100% measurable and privacy compliant. You can enrich your data with brand awareness and brand lift and panel-based data. The middle of the funnel is your consideration phase. This is really important. And guess what? We have various ad formats which have tons of engagements and metrics. This is Zynga's sweet spot, and 100% measurable and privacy compliant. And finally, the bottom of the funnel. And this gets a little bit more complex. I'm simplifying it because I got 4 minutes. So if you want, come to the Partner Hub and I'll tell you more. But bottom of the funnel, 2023 is the key year for you to use the identifiers that you have access to inform what you don't have access to. So guess what? That 1x1 pixel, that's still going to work for measurement on the identifiers you match. And you can lean on data clean rooms for purchases, and we can lean on panel measurement for intent to purchase. So the takeaways for today is really you can future-proof your marketing by using data that you have access to now to inform the rest. You can use a combination of first, second, third, and contextual, seller-defined contextual targeting to expand your reach. And third, Zynga can measure top to the bottom of the funnel, including 100% of engagements to maximize the effectiveness of your campaign. As measurement gets harder and more difficult to do, in order to succeed, it's really important for all of us to collaborate and discuss what's working and what's not. This is why we're here today. So go out, mix it up, learn, and share results. Sharing is caring. We at Zynga are here to partner and strategize with you to figure out these new models. Now, we're going to show you how we brought all of this to life with Maybelline New York. Zynga teamed up with Maybelline to create a high-impact, engaging, playable ad for our hyper-casual titles that immerse the beauty brand's well-loved product directly into the game. So here's a glimpse into our partnership.
Hi, I'm Matt Sharp. I'm Zynga's creative director in advertising. And today I'm joined by my friend Jenny Lee Dunwoody, as Marianne said, VP of Innovation and Strategic Growth at L'Oreal. Jenny Lee, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's got that vibe to it, doesn't it? We'll call it Inside the Advertiser Studio. Why don't we do that?
I like it. We've been at a green room. We'll go.
Okay, so Jenny Lee is here with me today. Well, actually, she's here with me for two reasons. Number one, she has a heart of gold. She's very busy, and she's taking time out of her schedule to be here with me, so thank you. Secondly, and just as importantly, Zynga partnered with Maybelline New York on a first-of-its-kind playable ad and game sponsorship integration that was targeted directly against our hyper-casual audience. Jenny Lee has agreed to share some findings and answer some questions about that. Okay, let's do it. So, first thing, we're not going to do this.
Oh.
I'm not wasting anyone's time reading off cue cards, okay? No one paid to see me read off a card. Let's go freestyle. You ready for this?
We're going to freestyle.
We're going to freestyle. Okay. First question is this. I know you're no stranger to digital ads. What attracted you to mobile gaming, and in particular, what attracted you to the hyper-casual audience?
I think the last day, and now we're moving into day two, it's really proven out that who are gamers and changing the stereotype. And I think what's really interesting about the hyper-casual, and specifically in the partnership that we were able to unlock with Zynga, is that 54% of the hyper-casual audience with Zynga is female and over-indexing with Gen Z and millennial. And so it's a moment to be able to connect through gaming, perceiving it as cultural moments, but also what are those tentpole elements that can allow the brands to connect.
So you talk about connecting. I find a lot of times when people approach these integrations, they fall into what I'll call the template trap, where it's like, yeah, we're going to bring you into our game, and your logo is going to be 60 pixels by 60 pixels, and we might let you choose the background color. How did you ensure that when you reached Zynga's audience, you did so in a way that was unique and impactful?
It sounds cliche to say, but I think there's an element of really approaching gaming from a partnership. And this is what's going to separate a gaming marketing plan away from the other elements. Even more specifically, the element here that we needed to think about is that creation is at the heart of beauty. So for Maybelline New York, that's true. And also creators are at the heart of gaming. So in coming together with Zynga, what Maybelline New York was able to tap into with Zynga is taking a look at what are those cultural moments that are trending and happening in the now for the Maybelline New York consumer. And what we caught on to was that in social media, there was this trend of mashups. So this idea of merging products together in makeup or cocktailing together. And we brought that as an idea to Zynga and through Rolex Studios to ultimately create the playable, but having an understanding of what was the opportunity to showcase Maybelline's New York's wardrobe of mascaras, but we had this insight about mashable trends from social media, and what better place to bring it than in a hyper-casual setting where it can be playable and interactive. So I think that's the element of avoiding the tentpole trap, is thinking about the behavior of your consumer and how can that bring out the best of a platform like Zynga's ecosystem and amplify the products and the wardrobes of Maybelline New York.
So you talk about connecting the ecosystem. Bringing a brand into a new space is hard because you need to maintain the integrity and voice of the brand, but you also have to meet users where they are in that context. How did you approach the design process throughout really that journey?
Yeah. When it comes to the design process, it's not about launching and leaving. It really is about launching and loving. And I think about that element when you're looking at your overall innovation roadmap for gaming, and within each marketing campaign and each activation, what are those touch points throughout the shopper decision journey? So in approaching Zynga from a partnership element, it was to really understand what is the ecosystem, and how can we have moments within the playable, the mascara merge for Maybelline New York, that we're driving awareness, the opportunity for research, the opportunity for conversion, and then also an element to further engage. So it is about thinking about the shopper decision journey.
Let's talk about the shoppers. Let's talk about engaging, because I'm going to ask a very selfish question, but I'm going to do it because I don't care. How did Zynga help you better connect with your audience through gaming?
So while we're thinking about Maybelline New York from an innovation standpoint, the piece that's really important for Maybelline as the #1 makeup brand in the USA is how do you reach at scale and in an engaging way. So when we think about that shopper decision journey, again, I take awareness. What we saw was an indicator amongst 18 to 34, top box unaided mention of Maybelline New York post-campaign. I think about conversion. We also saw an increase in purchase intent amongst that cohort of 18 to 34. And also, when we looked at our actual mascara sales, we had a top weeks for when the program was live with Zynga. And then maybe as like a wink to how great of a partnership it was, we did go with a wave 2, and we're continuing with Zynga.
Let's continue on that. You know, I think we talked about a lot of high-level trends. I don't know how deep you can get into this here in this forum, but there was a lot of reporting. We had brand studies, there was a lot of metrics being shared. Are there any specific numbers that you can share that show how this resonated with your audience?
I think what set it apart was the understanding that a brand like Maybelline New York is looking for the measurements, looking for the analytics. And it's in addition to having those elements of KPIs within a media plan, but understanding what is also the learning agenda. So looking at that shopper decision journey, the increase in awareness, the increase in purchase intent, but also looking at the sales numbers and knowing that while live with our playable through Zynga, Maybelline had top performance for mascara weeks.
Okay. In terms of performance, you know, there's probably somebody in this room right now who's like, you know, we tried gaming. Maybe they got saddled with a subpar activation or something, or they're unsure of how to approach it for the first time. What advice would you give them about capitalizing on this opportunity?
For gaming, it's really about thinking an element of your marketing plan and how are you creating value. So we're speaking a lot about authenticity, understanding the consumer behavior, and how are you adding value through something that's exclusive in gaming, throughout the journey within the platform, but also as a new way to be able to interact with brands and taking full advantage of the fact that this can be a beautifully immersive experience.
I find that this was a beautifully immersive experience, so thank you. I need 2 minutes. I can take it? Thank you. The reason why is this. Erin Schaefer, I don't even know if she's here today. She did a presentation on behalf of Niantic yesterday where she finished with 3 takeaways, and I took that as a personal challenge. I said, oh, you have 3 takeaways. In the spirit of gaming, I came up with my own. So at about 4:33 a.m., I came up with this. So bear with me here, okay? Number 1, I know I'm preaching to the choir in this room. Mobile gaming is mass market entertainment. Gamers are no longer this genre of the audience or small segment or cohort. Everyone is gaming. Whether you're waiting for your appointment in the doctor's office, whether you're waking up in the middle of the night and you reach for your phone because you need to put your mind at ease, This party is going 24/7. It is always on. Secondly, the good news, everyone's invited. Whether you're tech, whether you're CPG, whether you're, I don't care the segment, the truth is, you've seen from this presentation, Zynga has your audience here and they have them at scale. And the best part, the people who make our ads, who are creating these sponsorships, are the same ones who design the games themselves to ensure you reach your audience with maximum impact. Lastly, third point, the possibilities for brands are endless. It's trite, it's cliche, but it's true. Several people in this room throughout this presentation probably looked up and saw something and thought, that worked for them, but that wouldn't work for us. And you know what? You're right. That's because it wasn't made for you. It was made for them. Every campaign we do is customized to the brand, to the audience, to the KPIs at work. We have no interest of slapping logos on campaigns and kicking them off a production line. I promise you this, I wouldn't be here if that was the case. Speaking of being here, I got one last thing. One final thing. Zoe, thank you so much. This is the one thing I do no matter where I go. Whether I have a conference, whether I have a meeting, whether it's a dinner date with my wife, I have this in my back pocket at all times, and that is a QR code. So if you can please indulge this humble Canadian who's come into this beautiful country of yours and use your cameras to focus on this, what you'll find, I think what you'll find is a fun, engaging example of our branded messaging. This is what we do best. This is what we love. And if any of this resonates with you, we are in the Partner Hub. There's a lot of us here. When you go in, you're going to walk in, okay, that first door, just hook a hard left. You don't have to go anywhere else. Just hook a hard left. You'll see the Zynga booth. We would love to have that conversation with you. And on behalf of everyone at Zynga, I want to thank you so much. And Zoe, thank you for the flexibility for your time today. Cheers. Take care.